Yo, how's it going, everyone? It is that time once again. We are back for the Dokkan early stream on Monday. It is a new week. Make sure you refresh your pattern. New week of Dokkan. Let's get the second channel link in here as well. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. It's early Monday morning for me. Obviously, I guess, I know for some of you guys it's still... I mean, technically it is Monday morning, right? Because it's after midnight for some of you guys. But we are here. Nothing posted on the hour, which is a shame. Because I thought, like, if content's coming out on the Friday... it means like full reveal on Wednesday, data download Thursday, usually. But I was hoping that there might at least be like a teaser or something. Like, you know, they posted the Goma teaser. If they were going to do something like that, that would be today. But how's everybody doing? Anto, Drace, I hope you know blue well. Yep, all good. Obviously, it's the first thing in the morning here, but yeah. Getting to it. What a wonderful time to be a Dokkan fan. I know, right? At this point, stuff coming on the 28th/9th. I don't expect any news until the 26th. Yeah, because 26th is Wednesday. 26th is when I would expect to see, like, the actual full details get posted. So, I was kind of hoping that, like, yeah, today or tomorrow, maybe, you know, there'd be some sort of, like, teaser or something, but... sadly, that is not the case, or at least not yet. But on the hour, like just gone, is now the time that they normally post news, or like post stuff on Twitter. So it's, I think, somewhat unlikely now. If they've not posted, if they've not posted anything yet, then probably not going to see anything today. But you never know, I suppose. But either way, I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. If there's any teaser, they usually post them at 5 AM EST. That's when Goma teaser was. Okay, so that's in like 2 hours. I actually forgot that that's... is that when the Goma teaser came out? So maybe then, I guess. Doing well too. I'm headed into town soon. Too cold. Yeah, it's starting to get very cold here as well.
All right, let's do this.
I didn't want Boo to be in slot 1, but that's fine. 5 AM on November 9th. Okay. Okay, so it is possible then, if there is going to be a teaser, that it could still be today. But... I'm really just waiting to see if it's anything even remotely relevant to Heroes, because then that means we could still just be getting the hero. That could mean we're getting the Heroes EZAs with that release. I mean, we've got to get him at some point. Yeah, what are our thoughts on what the next Dokkan Fest is going to be? I still think it'll be... Well, that's my hope, I guess. But I still hope it'll be something related to the Heroes EZAs, so that they can then put their EZAs in that celebration. So that means either a Time Traveler's character, a Super Saiyan 4, or just straight up a crossover character, but that's obviously very wishful thinking. I haven't gotten any particularly high scores for burst mode. I was trying to run yesterday, and I was playing it on and off, so like it wasn't the actual just start to finish time, but I was doing it for like a couple of hours. The Goku, the Blue Goku one, took me ages to get all the way to the final phase, and then I think physical Goku Black got supered by the STR Goku, so I died. It was pretty annoying. I think it's due. Makes sense since he defeats Tamagami 1. Yeah, true, because we know that that is the stage that's dropping, so I guess that would make sense.
All right, let's do this.
I mean, it's one of those things that makes sense for us to eventually get all of the characters from Daima, but like, man, Do is like, that's such an unhype release. But you watch, they'll make him like insanely busted as well. That is also true, because it makes some kind of sense. They probably won't do that.
All right, let's do this.
I don't know if Omega, is he worth the 500 coins still? Yeah, I would say so. Omega, I think, is still like one of the best units in the game. I think out of all the units that have returned, like getting Goku or Omega with the coins, I think is definitely still a good idea. I can see Do having artificial life forms or mission execution, and then the other 50% to fit the gammas if they EZA. Yeah, that would be good. Him being some sort of like artificial life forms lead, and then yeah, the Gamma's getting an EZA. Because yeah, they have the potential to be like super good. Like especially as like Gamma 1, because teams are still so like hurting for slot 1 units at the moment in this meta. So like Gamma 1 getting a really good EZA would definitely be very good. In the world where I came around, I got shafted so hard there was 4k-ish stones and no new unit at all. One of it wasn't for the Dragon Ball Wish. I wouldn't have had any of them. Wait. Dragon Ball Wish?
Alright, let's do this.
I'm slightly confused because the Dragon Ball Wish was for the anniversary and also... Do you mean like the last worldwide, or are you talking about the GDC? Because, like, the GDC had a pity of like 2,500 stones, so you basically, like, you can't go 4,000 stones without getting one of the new units. It's literally impossible. So I'm very confused. The GDC had the tickets that would give you a 44% chance to get a character. The anniversary had the Purunga thing that gave you one of the anniversary units guaranteed.
Alright, let's do this.
But yeah, 4k stones, you can almost hit pity twice. Yeah, I can't wait for the rank update thing. Finally have like an actual thing to like grind up to again. It's going to be good. Because whereas it goes up to like 2,000 or something, which is, yeah, going to be kind of crazy. There's a DFE teaser today. There may be a teaser like image or like a hint thing a bit later. Yeah, I know, finally being able to get free stamina refreshes again. It's been so long. Yeah, so, well, the game does keep track of the XP, or has been, just because of a byproduct of, like, that's just what it does. But nobody knows whether they will actually apply that XP or not. I kind of hope they don't, because then you will just rank up, like, hundreds of times, and then you can't have that much extra stamina. So you can only get so much, so a whole bunch of it will be wasted, which is annoying. We've still got 5 days until we can finish off the Glorio event thing. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be tons of ranks, because I hit 999 like over like 3 years ago, and like the amount of link leveling and stuff that I do, like yeah, Mia, how's it going? Be interesting to see if it does get, I mean, it'll be people like Truth and Toon and like all the hardcore link levelers and stuff, but it'll be interesting to see if they do that and you get like all the ranks in one go. If anyone actually does just go like straight up to 2000. Which, like I said, would be funny, but also kind of annoying, because then it's like they finally added in a new set of like levels for you to grind for, and then you don't actually get to grind any of them because you just get them all straight away. It'd be cool to see like how much like rewards that would be all coming in one go as well, though, because I imagine that would be pretty good. I don't think anyone will hit 2000 instantly. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you need to like, how much XP you would actually need to get to there, but... And yeah, they need to add more rank missions as well, that's true. Today's latest financial report confirmed it has 2 movies on the way in 2026 fiscal year, although there are also reports that one of these has been delayed to 2027. The problem is the fact that like, it's still Toei that produces the like One Piece ones and stuff as well, right? But yeah, it is also entirely possible that they don't make the XP carryover, so... Which is also fine, because like I said, it is just giving you other things to like grind for. So I wouldn't be too bothered if it's if it doesn't carry over. Yeah, the missions for the rank thing, why did they only go up to like 500 and then stop? Like, you feel like they should have gone all the way to 999, really. But yeah, let's have a look at the, what do I actually have for my burst mode things? Yeah, this is the one I was trying to do. 12,420 points. Maybe I should just put the... like, take those ones off. So that we can do some more damage. Because it was the length of it that was really the thing that was making it annoying. Right.
Alright, let's do this.
Hit 2k days not long ago. I wish I could have used 2000 day Goku when it was actually usable. Yeah, like he was okay back when he released and was like I've always been a little bit behind because I didn't start like right when Dokkan came out. So exactly as intended. No, good shout. I didn't realise that. But yeah, no, we didn't get a teaser, although there may potentially be one in like an hour and a half, because apparently the Goma teaser came out at that time. The one that was just the image of like the black triangle over the white light. Yeah, I need to try and get the STR like orbs as much as possible, like with the HL, like then all the non-physical characters, so that then I don't end up having to pick up loads of physical orbs with my, or loads of STR orbs with my physical characters. See why people kind of hate Super Saiyan 2 Physical Gohan. Doesn't get additionals that much. Yeah, because once you get to the point where he gets like his big attack buff, he then doesn't have additionals, whereas early on he gets additionals but isn't hitting as hard and doesn't crit. So it's like a weird combo. But yeah, Anto is right. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Shout out to everyone who is out here for the early stream this morning. This new week of Dokkan. Yeah, taking damage from the like type disadvantage orbs is incredibly annoying. It's annoying when you just can't like not get them as well. Because there's a lot of physical characters, so it's like we end up in situations where there's just so many STR orbs dotted around, you can't not pick them up. Super annoying. I'm planning to do the Roshi event. Yeah, that's like the biggest request for the friendly like update is the fact that like One Piece Treasure Cruise, which is a game that is also made by Akatsuki, like is they have the ability to mirror your friend, whereas like because the thing is, like, I talked about this in, what was it? It was one of the takes threads. I think it was Drace's one, where he mentioned the friends list. And, like, it just makes it so that there's no point summoning for some of the filler Dokkan fests that, like, you know are either not hype to a lot of other people, or, like, if you're very active in the community and, like, or on Twitter and stuff like that, and you see that, like, the large majority of people are just like, yeah, no, like, we're not summoning for this guy, then it's like, great, so if I summon for him, like, I'm not going to be able to find any friends to run in like 2 weeks time, like after the novelty wears off of the new unit coming out, like, I'm not going to be able to find any friends. Yeah, that is also true. Yeah, like the fact that there is like, that is kind of like a bias towards the friend lead. Yeah, like they can't start in slot 7. It's kind of weird that that is the case, that they can't but yours can. Yeah, like what am I supposed to do here? There's no way I can get through this whole turn without any of my physical characters having to pick up STR orbs. Okay, I did. I got lucky there with those blue ones. Unit trading will never be a thing in the game. Unit trading will be a thing, like, is something that would make them less money, therefore they'll never do it. Is it a burst mode where I have max HP defense? Yeah, it takes ages. Whereas it was for 3 stones. Yeah. Yeah, the new missions where it's just like get 9,000 points. You literally just want to try and get 9,000 points. And physical rosé. Well, it's one of those things, like, unit trading wouldn't make the game better. It would make the game shut down because they would stop making, like, anywhere near as much money. I mean, we've talked about it in the past, but like, even on the podcast, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, basically just everyone, like, I mean, I would do it, like, because I have you just literally download an emulator on your PC, like an Android emulator, so you can download Dokkan, because obviously you can't have 2 different Dokkan accounts, like, on your phone. So you just download an Android emulator on your phone, download Dokkan, get one of those, like bot script things that just auto farms all of the events. So then you just are basically starting a new account which has like 8,000 stones because it's auto farmed all of the content. Then you just summon on whatever the new banner is, pull the new unit like multiple times potentially, and then just trade them over to your main account. And so now you have the new unit on your main account and you didn't spend any stones or any money. And so people would just do that every single time, and then like the game just wouldn't make any money anymore and would shut down. And then you just like delete that account, and then the next time a new unit comes out you just do it again. Yeah, like anything, basically anything that gives players less incentive to summon and therefore less incentive to buy stones is not something that they would ever do. If they did have trading, imagine the private server custom. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that. Like, that would be kind of funny, but trading over custom characters. Because the thing is, even if they put some kind of restriction on it that's like, you know, the other account has to be at least rank like 300 or something, like people would just grind a second account to get to that level so that they could then trade over the stuff for free. Like, it might take a lot of work, but it's still cheaper than buying loads of stones. And then also the thing that is like the other problem as well is if you put too heavy restriction. That was one of the things I was going to say. So Anto gives like a good sort of example. Like if there's a limit, like for example, you have to be friends for a certain amount of time or playing for a certain amount of time, then it also means that they're putting in a system that just excludes all of like the newer players. Because like imagine starting the game and like learning all the different mechanics, and then someone's like, oh yeah, there is unit trading, but you have to be playing the game for like 2 years to be able to use it. Like, But also, that's like, why would you want to trade a rainbow unit? Like, I'm not somebody that ever keeps like second copies of a character. So why would I want to trade one of my rainbow units for a unit that I don't have? Because then I'd be losing a unit that I do have. But yeah, like I say, like it will never happen because it will just kill the game. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Is people will always find a way around it. So even if you do have to have played the game for like a year, people will just make a second account, and even though they have to wait the whole year, they'll just keep logging in every day to keep that account going, and then there you go. Rainbow free to play. Well, then again, that's just another way that it just is easily exploited. So what's the point of even having the restriction in the first place? If it has to be that you can only trade rainbow units, because then, yeah, the people that want to just grind, like, to get so they don't ever have to summon, they just have to grind some free to play units up to rainbow, and then yeah, if it was like the units that you can trade for coins, that's like the ones that you've already rainbowed, you can then trade the extra copies because you don't need them for anything other than coins. But then again, yeah, it's like a weird restriction, because then you're looking for, like, say a new Dokkan Fest comes out and I don't pull them, then it means I've got to find somebody that wants to, that rainbowed that new unit and got an extra copy spare and wants to trade it for like some random Dokkan Fest that I have a spare copy of, which means it's going to be one that's way older, because I mean I'm going to only have spare copies of the ones that are a lot older. There are catches with trading, but they never let you trade the highest rarity characters. Yeah, that would be really funny. They introduce trading, but it's only for like SRs. The most useless cards in the game. Yeah, King Boo, how's it going? They charge you stones to trade if it existed. I think even then, like, farming up a second account to be your, like, trade farm account, like, I would still rather spend, like, even if it was, like, 10 stones from my main account, I would spend 10 stones to trade a unit that I pulled for free on, like, a second farmed account. So then it's like, oh look, I just got Goma for 10 stones. Like, I just rainbowed Goma for 50 stones. Like, there's pretty much, like, I've never seen anyone, in all the times we've had the discussions, it's one of those things, I've never seen anyone have an idea for, like, how they could do it that isn't either so stupidly restrictive that, like, half the players wouldn't even be able to do it anyway, or that isn't just easily exploited by people that don't want to have to spend money to summon. So unfortunately, like I say, it's just one of those things, like, will never happen. What's the Pokemon Go way? Doing good, just chilling. Got Rose, LR, STR on the banner to 257. Nice. And AGL Gogeta as well. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's the thing. I feel like people who are free to play or like low spenders shouldn't be summoning like anything until the anniversary. But the Black Friday banners are pretty stacked. The Dokkan Fest one is just straight up a good banner, but Jose loves those additional normals. You have to be next to the person to try. Oh right, okay. Well, that makes sense because Pokemon Go is all about being out and about and stuff like that. So that makes sense. If they did it for Dokkan, that'd be crazy. You can trade characters, but only with someone who's like your phone is next to their phone. Like, As a free-to-play, I skip so much to be able to summon on banners I want to. Still got 1k sitting and 108 extra, so next year I've got to be careful. Yeah, it's always got to be a thought on saving the stones, but is Omega worth buying with coins, or am I better off waiting for the summon points update or the 11th anniversary? I mean, the summon points thing is just kind of... The summon points are pointless or useless. Like, you might get the unit that you want, but it's like a, what, 1 in however many units are on the ticket chance. Like, Omega is worth getting, but the big thing is if you're saving up stones and you're going to go ham summoning on the anniversary banners, which is what most players should realistically be doing, you might just pull multiple copies of Omega from the actual Dokkan Fest banners. The Rose at the end not having any links active is not ideal, but probably the only one that likes the manga unit. It's one of my favourites of the year. I mean, they're okay. I mean, the problem is, like, in terms of aesthetic and stuff, I am a little bit more into them than I was when they were first revealed. But the problem is they're just not very good, like, actually in the game. So then it's like, say what you will about, like, how you feel about their animations or anything like that, but the cards are just not that good. Even without that, like, damage reduction thing on, we still do so little damage. SS2 manga Gohan should have been the father-son Kamehameha. Yeah. But yeah, that's the worst thing, is you never want to buy a unit with coins and then the next banner that they're on, you just pull like 3 copies of them or something. When does Superhero EZA next? Peace Go on Orange Piccolo. They could EZA at any time now, realistically. Yeah, Orange Piccolo and like Physical Warmer Gohan, their EZA is like on the cards for like any time soon, really. But yeah, the manga banner was good, like the 3 featured units, and then being like the only SSRs on the banner. Like, I also did the, I did like 2 rotations. So it's what, like 240 stones, and then yeah, rainbowed all of them. Like I said, they're not particularly good, it's just like they're collector's item cards that might never come back again. Real question is, when is Little Blue starting up her Dokkan account to race you in ESBR festival, etc. Little Blue does understand a lot of Dokkan terminology because obviously she's watching the streams and stuff, but also I've let her play some World Tournament before because obviously it is, as we call it, Piccolo Junior Simulator. Gohan is the best. Yeah, Gohan or Frieza are the best. Like if a new Namek Frieza comes out anytime soon, like that Frieza has the potential to be really, really good. It's one of those things though as well, like I say recently, it was like over 2 years ago now-ish, or whenever it was. After my dad had been watching the streams and like wanted to check out the game to kind of like understand a little bit more what was going on, and I got to see like it again from like a new player perspective. Like starting Dokkan now must be so like such a like daunting thing, because like they made the tutorial a lot better and they give you that Saiyan Saga like tutorial team, but man, like it's hard to think about when you know, like for people like us, like if you've been playing it for years and you play it every day and you know all the ins and outs of like all the mechanics and everything, it's hard. Sometimes there's stuff that you just take for granted, but like, and it's really hard to like think over stuff that you just take for like, you just know now. But like there's so much stuff that like if you start fresh now would just be so confusing, like as to how things work or why they work the way they do and stuff like that. Like and stuff that we're just kind of used to that don't even necessarily like really make sense, but we're all just like, oh yeah, it just works like that because that's how it works, and we all are used to that at this point. Like, I haven't asked for a while. How's Mac and Sif? Yeah, Mac and Sif are all good. Sif was chilling on the cat tree, like there behind me yesterday during the second channel stream. I'm never around much during the early streams because when I get up in the morning and start getting set up for the stream and everything, I feed them. And then they usually have their breakfast and then go off and chill somewhere. Someone wasn't start Dokkan, I would tell them to wait for the rank update. I mean, I wouldn't worry about them waiting for the rank update. Like if you're starting a new account now, it takes like years to get to rank 999. Like too many rainbow orbs, man. Imagine a new player thinking, sweet, I grinded out this free-to-play team. I can't get past this stage, Super Battle Road, ESBR. Like, yeah, because like that's the thing is, we know now, I guess, as modes come out, like, we know what the end game content is and stuff. But just think about like just how many events there are in the game. And the ones that we know to do like every day, and like what ones are not necessarily worth doing, or it must be crazy. But yeah, it'd be weird, because I guess what would be the easiest way to get lots of stones? Obviously, apart from completing quest mode, because that gives loads of stones for, like, doing the whole thing. But, like, that Saiyan Saga team can probably beat, like, all of the boss rush stages. So you just do that, which is, like, 35 stones a time. That Saiyan Saga team, like, the starting team probably beats, like... probably beats like the legendary Goku and like Vegeta and Frieza events and stuff. Wow, Rose took 200k from a normal despite having the damage reduction before he attacks. And then all the additional normals. Bro, come on. At least do one extra super. Tried to tell one of my mates I wanted to play to start with boss rush, gave up and said it got boring. And yeah, medals for Dokkan Fest characters. Like, even just that, like, trying to say to somebody, like, I get that other games have awakening procedures and stuff, but it's like, imagine it's like, oh yeah, you've just pulled that new Goku, now you need to go and play his, like, Dokkan event, which is pretty easy, but you have to beat it, like, 10 times. Obviously, there's a bunch of missions now, so it's not, like... Oh, what's that? You also pulled the banner unit Piccolo? Oh, well, now you have to beat the event another 5 times to get the medals for him as well. Yo, Lucky Goat, how's it going? I went to wake up to Truth saying how much he loves Expedition 33 for the 70th time in a row. Pretty sure he beat the game on easy. I think I just played it on normal, but... But that's the thing, I wouldn't put it against anyone. Like, if you want to experience how awesome the story is of Expedition 33, but you don't particularly care for, like, the type of combat and, like, having to time, like, dodging or parrying or whatever, like, just play it on easy if you just want to experience the story. Vegito didn't tank his own super. Now what, Tech Vegito versus Tech Vegito at the end? Did you already use the active skill? Because, like, the active skill turn, Tech Vegito should basically be invincible. It's got, like, guard and 60% damage reduction. I suppose it depends what kind of defense you built him up to, but... Use the physical Rose domain. Let's go. FOB is just story mode. Okay. Yeah, no, you want to, once you get to Vegeo, you just want to pull out all the guns, like, straight away. Like, use Vegeo's active skill, because you can, if Vegeo's built up enough, you can basically just one turn the final Vegeo. And physical Goku Black's like so good. Or can be so good. Like, I hope his EZA fixes like all the flaws in his kit. Like, he's built around having to do as many attacks as possible, because that, like, he can build up a crazy amount of defense. But like, then yeah, all of his additionals only have like a 10% chance to become a super. I'm so sad it's the closest I got. Gogeta tanked his own super with no active though. Okay. But yeah, you got to make sure you stack, like, by the time you get to like near the end, the 10 years should both be at like around 3 million defense, or 3 to 3.5. Would I do that? I would not do that, no. If I was trying to get a friend to play Dokkan, I would not give them horrible advice that would make them hate the game. No. And we're getting there. In fact, we're going to get the Dokkan attack next turn. $27.7 from Omega. Boss rush. I mean, that's the thing. If someone starts up the game, does the tutorial thing, goes through and does all the stuff, gets the Saiyan Saga tutorial team like fully rainbowed and everything, that team could probably beat like every boss rush. Because Dokkan events aren't particularly hard, and like that team can beat some. Like, when it came out, when the tutorial happened, like, that team can beat some, like, easier red zone stages and stuff. So, like, the boss rushes would be no problem. And that gets you, like, a pretty decent chunk of stones. Early Infinite Dragon Ball histories as well. Right. The orchestral theme. But yeah, this could be GG this turn. It depends if we get like crits and stuff, to be fair.
Time to get serious. Gonna go all out.
Okay, here we go. Cannot attack due to fear. Nice. It's very rare, but it's always very good when any of Rosé's additionals actually become supers. 15.5. That's not bad, considering he only gets the 170 lead from the physical Omega, so... 25.7. I mean, he's done like over 100 million attack stat worth of supers in this turn, so that's not bad. Our domain's updated at EZA. I'm not sure, because the domain is like a separate thing that exists. Because like the character's ability is essentially that they create the domain, and then it's like a domain with a specific name. So I guess in theory, like when they give a unit with a domain in EZA, they could update the domain as well. I don't think that Trunks one like changed at all. I'd have to go back and double check, but yeah, I don't think he changed. Goku just trying to get all his countdown attacks in slot 1 so he can get us. Nice base Goku Black coming in for the kill. And go 12,360. Could potentially get higher, but oof. Because that was, we took off the AGL and physical characters he has the damage reduction against. Because I tried that run, like I say, yesterday, and it was like going for hours. Yeah, make sure you refresh your pattern. If anything at all today, we'll get a teaser, which will be at like at 10, but because the full like Twitter reveal and everything should be Wednesday, data download Thursday, and then it comes out on Friday. So what was the Omega one? Protecting heroes' bond of parent and child. Okay, so like one of the easiest categories in the game. Or best categories in the game, I should say. don't know if the 700% one is too high, but... Yeah, the problem with the Vegeta leads is we can't use any Gohans. Yeah, maybe going for like the 12,000 is a bit too hard. In Super Saiyan 4, Goku's not going to be very good.
Alright, let's do this.
What should I get with red coins, Blue Goku, Vegeta, or Omega? I mean, that's the tough one because they're the two that are worth getting. So that is the big question, is like which one out of those two. But I mean, realistically, the answer is like which one will you get the most use out of? Like you know best like what teams you run and like what other characters you have and what your box is like and stuff like that. Like if you have both the 10-year fusions, like the blue Goku team is probably like the best unit in the game, or the one of the best teams in the game because of how good all of those units are together. I thought LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku would be good because he stacks, sadly mistaken. Oh, the AGL, the one that starts as a Super Saiyan 4. Because yeah, it's like it kind of, that's always when people say like, shall I get this unit or this unit, that's kind of the big thing I always go to, is like, you know what teams and stuff you work. Because like if you, there's no point me saying, oh, you should get Omega, and then you get Omega, but you're like, oh well, I don't really have any like other really good extreme units to run with him and like on his team. So then even though he is good, like in that case, getting him is probably not like the best idea. Picked up Rose with coins, I didn't get him from summons. I still really like Rose. I keep saying it, right? Like, even though I put him fairly low, like on my tier list for the GDC characters. Nice, good work. I think he's still one of my favorite. Like, he's one of my most like the most fun units from the GDC to me, even though he's not like the best one. Yeah, Preston. How's it going? We'll try like not quite so much attack. Because I want to get a high score, but it doesn't have to be like the highest score ever. Why did Super Saiyan 3 Goku get so much of that key? But yeah, Preston Kitty, how's it going? Hey, Raldo, how's it going? Oh my god. Use it in Super Saiyan 4 Goku, they said. He'll be fine, they said.
Alright, let's do this.
GDC was awful for me. Didn't pull anything apart from Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Oof. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is very, very good. So if you're only going to pull one of the units, like, it's not a bad one to have gotten, but... But yeah, second channel link is pinned in the chat. We'll be playing some more schedule later this evening. That'll be in like, what, 11, just under 11 hours from now, essentially. 8 PM UK time. Well, we at least survived, like, not getting one shot in slot 1 on the first turn this time. Although... Oh no, Blue, so you're free to start dispatch whenever you fancy as well, now that I've started it. Oh my god, this guy. Yeah, I'll have to do that at some point. I don't know whether to do that today, because I'm now, obviously, having got back into it and having streamed it for quite a bit now, I'm like super into schedule at the moment. We started yesterday on the stream, started building the barn into like a new facility, and I've still got so much to do to like get it finished. But yeah, probably will start dispatch sometime soon. Maybe this week. The weekend schedule is a bit different for this week. Although actually, I think, I made my schedule last night, and now I don't know if I even actually posted it, like... I mean, taking some damage turn 1 with the Goku isn't the end of the world, because then we just get to transform straight away as well. So... Okay. Right, now the schedule is up on the YouTube tab and the Discord. But yeah, the weekend, as I was going to say, so the weekend is a bit different than usual this time around because I am busy Saturday. I'm out to play Magic with my boys. So there's no streams on Saturday. And then we moved the podcast from this like weekend just gone. Nullify was unavailable last minute, and we kind of talked about the different options, and it's like there's not a huge amount going on in the game, and the next Dokkan Fest is coming out in like a week's time, so we might as well do the episode next week. But because I am busy on the Saturday, we're going to do it on the Sunday, which means there's no Sunday like afternoon stream. So it's like a couple of evening Schedule 1 streams on there for the week. Otherwise, I was going to say I would maybe start it on like the Sunday stream. So maybe it'll be a next week. I could start it on Friday night, I guess. Not sure. When is Baby Steps return? I don't imagine it will return. I hope we play Silent Hill F one of these days. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe like one day in the future, if it's like goes on to like the free games on PlayStation or Xbox or something, I'll play it at some point. Yeah. It's not like one of the games that I have a huge interest in like buying, like paying to play, because I'm just not that. I am like interested in it, but just overall I think not that bothered if I don't end up playing it. Oh yeah, that's the thing I meant to say, because obviously now that you guys have like, I can't remember if you said before, if we said about it on a stream, but now that you've obviously like played all the way through, because I know you've done like, you said you platinumed it now, right? But is there any actual connection to like Silent Hill? Is there a reason why it's like called Silent Hill but is in Japan? I just assumed there would be at some point in the story like some explanation for why it's connected. It's on sale on PS5, but still 50 quid, so not much of a sale. Yeah, not much of a sale. I feel like having this Goku just like stack defense is a pretty good way to do this, and just have him chilling out in slot 1 on both rotations now, I guess. You say I'm doing magic. Yeah, I'm not doing or performing magic, just playing Magic the Gathering. Gonna call it a night. Good night. Hey, no worries. Rebel Rose, take it easy. Unrelenting kicks. Salute on using the goat in Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Man, hopefully he gets a good EZA, because he had like basically no rain at all. Like even well, like for global it was even worse, because when he came out on global he was basically already outdated. Like he released after the worldwide celebration for global and was not good in any of the worldwide celebration content. It was brutal. Sunref is more of a spin, so it doesn't have any connection to the town. We're working on more stuff too outside of the remakes. Yeah, see, that's what I was wondering, and that's the thing, like, for me, like I've said before when we talked about it on the streams and stuff, like, that's what I don't like about it. Like, if it's got no connection to Silent Hill, just call it something else. But they're, like, using the brand name so that people will play it, but it's got nothing to do with Silent Hill. That's why I assumed there would be some kind of connection somewhere, but... because there's all sorts of different things. Like you could come up with a reason why. Like I don't know what it would be necessarily, but I'm not saying I can necessarily come up with a great one, but I'm not a story. Like I'm not a writer. But you could literally have like anything. But like somebody hears about Silent Hill, and so does some sort of like ritual or something. To because I guess technically the whole real gist of Silent Hill, like why it is the way it is because of what happens to Alessa in like Silent Hill 1, and that's what makes the town the way it is. So like someone could do some weird ritual to kind of like try and commune with her spirit or something, and then that causes the curse or whatever you want to call it to like manifest where that person is. Anything. I mean, I'm not even saying that's a great like idea, but like come up with something so that there's some connection. Otherwise, don't call it Silent Hill. Right? So far, so good. The Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku becomes a huge liability because obviously he gets weaker as the fight goes on. So in one of these longer type things, he's not going to be an ideal person on the team. Actually got Goku from those freebie tickets. And bring someone else was saying, imagine pulling him from the tickets. Wait. Were there tickets for... free tickets for the Goku? Talking about in Super Saiyan 4. Because he was a Tanabara character and he came out like right before Heroes. And I had to spend way more stones than I wanted to get him. Because I wanted to have him so I could have him and combine him with all the Heroes Super Saiyan 4s and stuff that were going to be coming out. Like, I spent way too much of my, or should have been my Heroes fund in order to get in Goku, only for him to be really disappointing on Global. That was literally like 7 tickets, okay. Yeah, I don't remember that. I know there was like, throughout the years, they have occasionally randomly done the thing where they just like give out like some tickets. Because was the physical Goku Black, when he came out on Global, we randomly got like 14 tickets. And I did actually pull him off those tickets as well. And then summoned anyway because I wanted to dupe. And I think I got like, I spent like 600 stones to get like 2 extra copies or something. Oh gee, I need the crits. Okay. I mean, it's still not that much damage, but... another meme unit. We still need Super Saiyan Hercule. I'm so disappointed that year that it finally looked like they were going to do him. They just did it as like a Hercule statue variant instead. So disappointing, man. That should have been his time. I actually don't know how far back the Summon history does go. That is a good point. I've never really looked.
Time to get serious.
I've not really thought about it, but does it even go back? Like, I don't think it went back very far at all. Or in hit OST. I forgot about Goku's transformation condition, is that he has to get hit multiple times, isn't it? So. Oh, and he's super, because of course he did. That in Super Saiyan 4 Goku just being a massive liability at all times. Use a Dragon Fist Goku. Doesn't go back that far. No, I didn't think so. Yeah, because it's for a burst mode high score. So if we take off the no items thing, then that's like 1,000 extra points or something that we lose. Of course, I knew it. Of course, we start with both the Super Sentai Gokus on the first turn. Because why wouldn't we? Yeah, like I didn't. That's the thing. We wanted me to be careful, so I purposely didn't put him in slot 1, and then he got supered in slot 2. It's like, bruh. I also really like this STR Dragon Fist Goku. I can't wait for his EZA. I've always thought he was super fun. That's the in Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Yeah, he's just not good. And this isn't even with like the maximum attack modifier put on either. Anto's still grey, I see. Yeah. Hey Ning and hey chat. Yeah. Hey Dark FE, how's it going? Yeah, Anto's still yet to be sniped. In fact, I didn't check the thing again today. Okay, it's still at 202. Because yeah, all of the last World Tournament weekend memberships have come off. Oh, I did say 202. It says 201. So back on the road to get to 300. I meant to float off the Vegeta on the other turn, and I did not. That's annoying. So I'll just have to do that. Second account got sniped before the main. I know, right? It's crazy. In Super Saiyan 4 Goku, biggest fraud after we say hints. Yeah, he is not good. Unit relevant for 1 week. Unless you're global, and then the unit that was literally never relevant at all. Releasing after the worldwide celebration and not being good in any of the worldwide celebration fights. Wow. What a unit of all time. Truly a generational unit, as they say.
I'll handle this.
But the key here is really, really bad. Yeah, biggest troll from Dokkan ever. Yeah, and like we were just saying about him, funnily enough, before you came in, but it's like, yeah, he released just before Heroes on Global as well. So I spent like 1,000 stones to, so like my summons him were really bad. I spent like 1,000 stones to get him right before Heroes, which really sucked because obviously I wanted all the stones possible for Hero. I mean, I still rainbowed all the Heroes units that year, but yeah, was it Vegito for that year? I think I can't remember. He was so dominant on JP the time he released. Yeah, like, I mean, that's the thing. He was made for like the Omega fight, which was the hardest fight in the game at the time that he came out on JP.
I'll handle this.
Give you Goku Tournament of Power. Wait, what? He has the Tournament of Power link, right? Yeah, the Omega Heroes runs. Those were fun. Well, that was Sin, technically. Because Global didn't even have the Omega stage at that point. Like, but yeah, that was a fun, like, summer. Just like every evening. Going live and fighting Omega until we ran out of like Heart's friends. But yeah, please Dokkan no TOP for a long time. We had too much of it last year. And even this year, to be fair. Well, actually, no, there was more so last year. This year was what, 2 of the anniversary headliners. And then yeah, there hasn't been. yeah, last year it felt like there was so much TOP stuff. Stream is gone. Unfortunately, we will never be able to find it. Wait, what's that? Oh, from the summons, yeah. Because I used to unlist my summon streams because then I would post the video up straight away, and I wanted people to watch the actual video, not like the VOD of the stream. So yeah, I always used to, when my streams finished, like for summons, just unlist them and then post the summon video afterwards. God, the key is absolutely atrocious on this setup. But I liked it. Well, you may have liked it, but it's unlisted now, so no one can find it. Tien is the master of normals, if anything, because he's the one that he just has additional normals. He's perfected them. Whereas Vegeta is wants to do additional supers, but just doesn't.
I'll handle this.
No idea that's where we're... Yeah, because if it's unlisted, it means... I think technically it means I can still... If I go into my list of, like, old streams and stuff, I think it will still work, like, if I find the link and, like, give the link to somebody. But it, like, won't appear just from, like, looking for it normally. Oh, Goku not critting. We need a new Prime Battle LR and the grind must be as bad as the original. What's funny is like the grind is going to be so much easier now. With the new, them taking away the reversal and like the super attack update thing, it's going to be so easy to get the unit like fully leveled up. God, this is going so badly for Key. Characters aren't getting the 18 key super like the Goku's in slot 1, so they're not getting their like bigger stacks.
I'll handle this.
Only free-to-play units and hard as red zone stages. Or as hard as red zone stages. And you can only use free-to-play characters. I imagine the best way to do that would just be the Rose clone team though, right? I mean, that's the thing. They'd have to make it like... I mean, the Rose clone team can beat some difficult events. I suppose that probably wouldn't be the end of the world, I guess. But yeah, this Goku could be pretty good once he builds up a decent bit of defense, because he gets 200% defense when he gets hit. It's only annoying that the 10 years were robbed from being on Power Beyond Super Saiyan, because they don't have the, even though Goku goes Super Saiyan 3 in the 18 key Super, that doesn't count apparently. And it just probably need to start switching over to Goku to actually do, Vegeta to actually do some damage now with the 10 year. It should start from an R. Oof. In Prime Battle, I was useless unless they make it Roshi levels for a free. I mean, Bio Broly was decent on release, like last year worldwide. All things considered, like. I really thought that was going to drop that down differently, but okay. Oh yeah, no, you've always got to have the thing where you finish the run and you get and you're on 776 medals. So then you have to do one more run, and then on that run you can almost guarantee you'll get like the 20 drop or something. Yeah, the horror of the original Super Saiyan Prime Battle Goku grind, it was insane. And it was like 50 stamina an attempt as well, and it was actually hard. Like, you would actually, like, you could just lose and not get any medals. Or you could win and get 5 medals, and you need 777. Oh, Super Saiyan 3 Goku got absolutely destroyed there. I was autoing this the other day, and then my thing wasn't on the charging thing properly and died, but got up to 392. It's not bad.
I'll handle this.
I haven't got time to start another burst mode run here, because we'll be ending in a couple of minutes. Yeah, the friend summon AGL 17 and 18, and that was back when Dokkan events weren't available every day. So I think there was a thing on like Global where I think it was physical full power Frieza. His event had like just gone away, and it took like 5 months for it to come back or something. So even if you grinded all the other medals for the friend summon androids, you couldn't awaken them straight away because you couldn't get the full power Frieza medals from anywhere. Because, yeah, that was a nightmare. Needing medals from, like, every Dokkan event. Back when Dokkan events still cost 50 stamina and weren't available, like, every day. It was just an absolute pain. Was that neither of the Omegas did in Additional Super? Yeah, if you missed one day for any reason, time to wait for next week. Yep. Well, no, that was a different thing, wasn't it, then? Because it was like a Dokkan event would be available for, like, the duration of a celebration, and then it would just go away. And those would be the only ones that would be available. Well, I suppose I accidentally sold the TUR copy thinking, oh no. Yeah, that's actually brutal. Yeah, I think Toshi is still a producer on Legends, even though he is also now working on Squadra, but... still does Legends as far as I know. I like this TN OST. It's almost like a sort of like chiptune world tournament theme. Part of it, anyway. Can't you buy those infinitely in the shop now? Can you? Oh no, you can only buy like, isn't it? You can only buy like one a day. Like, is it from the Zenny shop? You can buy like one Supreme Kai and one Grand Kai, like, or Old Kai, like medal. You can buy one like every day. Okay, so they have just posted a teaser. What the heck is that? Am I supposed to know what that is? Why does nothing come to my mind straight away for what that is? You've got... the circles are all different sizes. There's a bigger one. Are they... yeah, what is that? Well, there you go. So, a teaser of some kind has been posted just now, but I have absolutely no idea what that's supposed to be. Now, Cell has spots, yeah. Piccolo, oh, the, whatchamacallit, the light grenade thing. That's definitely Ku and Do. Like, what relevance does that have to them? Isn't that Zamasu or bit? What relevance does that have to them? Okay, yeah, I have no idea. Cell or Piccolo? Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that's going to be the end of the stream. I will make a video about it, but, like... They were born from the magic pot. But yeah, does that have a thing on it? Like... I have no idea, like, what that is meant to be. And the cell spots don't really look like that. Someone posted a picture of cell, and they're not, like, circles. Yeah, I don't know. Well, anyway, that's going to be it for the stream. I appreciate you guys all coming out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'll make a video about it at some point, but yeah, I have no idea what that teaser is supposed to be. But yeah, that's the teaser for the Dokkan Fest that should be out on Friday. So that's it from me. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. I'll see you all again soon. Have a good one.